The film that Chinonye has crafted is actually a celebration of Mamie Till. It's a celebration of her tireless work. It's a celebration of her resilience. It's a celebration of her power, and it is a centering of a Black woman who is so crucial to American history, who's so important to our history, and frankly, who's emblematic of thousands, if not more, Black women who have not been recognized in this way. So I think what's important about seeing the movie is really honoring this incredible human being who, I think so much of us can relate to, and how much she loved her son. She channeled all of that emotion and feeling into activism that is still resonant today. It's taken as long as the making of this movie, and more so for there to be a federal anti-lynching act passed, and it's named for Emmett, which would not have happened were not for the efforts of Mamie Till, allowing her son's body to be seen by the public, allowing us to not look away, in fact, forcing and compelling us to look at what had happened in the, not hope, but in the, kind of insistence that this not be allowed to happen again, and that if it did, it wouldn't happen in silence, and that there would be justice for the victims that came after. I think that the intention and the spirit behind Till is to make a movie that is a celebration of Black culture, that is a celebration of Black women, and that hopefully those audiences come to and recognize that it's not just that we're treading on our pain, it's not just that we want to exploit our trauma. Quite the contrary. There is so much to the Black American experience that we still have not seen accurately and authentically depicted on screen. And while this story also happens to have an incredible political and social impact, this movie is first and foremost about us. And I think you see that in a lot of the details. I think you see that in the costuming. You certainly see that in the casting decisions. And we want for audiences to show up and be able to experience that part of the storytelling too, as much as they show up and understand that this is a part of our history that needs to be told. It was so important for us to honor Mamie by having the right actress play her, and Danielle's audition just blew us all away. It's absolutely, the performance that she gives with her eyes, but it's also who Danielle is as a person. It's her connection to this story. It's her connection to this history. It's her own personal awareness, consciousness, and activism. So we couldn't have been luckier than to find her to play this role. Yeah, I think Mamie Till Mobley is an American superhero. I think that she changed the course of history. I think that she affected millions of lives directly and indirectly for the better. I think that she was a catalyst for change. She was a catalyst for progress. And like so many other Black women who shouldn't have to be this, she was a self-sacrificing warrior who put her feelings in some compartment somewhere away to do something that would help other children like her son, that would protect and save other children like her son, and that would let people know that they can't get away with this kind of a heinous crime. So absolutely, unequivocally, she's an American hero, but she's so much more than that. I wouldn't even want to reduce her to that. And, we should make movies about her, and we should also talk about her, in our day-to-day lives. We should continue to tell our children these stories, not just as a cautionary tale that unfortunately is still relevant of the dangers of the world, but also as an inspiration for what one human being can do. One of the things that was the most remarkable to me when I first read Chinonye's script was the first 30 pages or so that are the story of Emmett Till, the boy. And there was such humor and exuberance and joy and innocence. And I just thought, I would watch a movie about this kid. I want to know more about him. And I think that it's incredibly important that people whose lives were taken from them in this tragic way that then end up becoming catalysts for change, that they're not just reduced to that part of their life, that they're not just reduced to what happened to them. We wanted to celebrate who Emmett was. This is also a movie that's a love story of mother and son, and not that you wouldn't hope that any parent and any, mother would fight for their child, but I know and believe that, the depth of love and care that she had for him was a huge part of why she felt compelled to, again, put her feelings aside and fight for justice for him till the end of her life. So it's incredibly important that, Emmett and all of who he was, the fullness of who he was, be a part of this story too.